Howdy folks, it's been a while since I made a video. I actually traveled down to Puerto Rico for Blockchain Week last week, so quite busy the whole week, but I'm back right now and I thought I'll just update you on what's happening. So number one, it's a beautiful sunny day, but it is not warm, it's cold. As a matter of fact, it almost looked like it's beginning to snow because there's these fine drops that comes down and it doesn't fall down, it just kind of floats down to the ground, but it's not snow because I think it's maybe just too hot. Anyway, don't know, haven't seen it before, but it feels like we're going to be getting snow very soon. And then in other news, while I was down in Puerto Rico, I was riding one of those little scooters, those electric scooters, found a pothole in the road, crashed the scooter and broke my finger. So I actually had a big cast on because they said I need to keep my hand steady, but I've been cutting it away piece by piece to the point where I just now have a little small splint over here. Crashed the scooter, broke my finger, luckily right next to the hospital, so I went into emergency and they scanned, did X-rays, said, hey, it's broken, but we're not going to fix it here, we're just going to wrap it up, go get it fixed in Canada because it's going to take some time. So apparently I now need surgery. Anyway, I got back to Canada on Sunday and I've got an appointment with a doctor tomorrow with my doctor in Canada, so he can look at the finger and look at the X-rays and decide whether I need surgery or what needs to happen. So I guess we're going to learn a little bit more about the Canadian healthcare system and how it works, because I mean technically this is not a life-threatening injury. It is a broken finger though, so I don't know how quickly I'll be able to get into a surgeon and how quickly I'll be able to get the surgery and all that. But I'll keep you guys updated on that. For the rest, other interesting news. So something that's happened, and for those of you that come to Canada on a work permit, please remember that. I've got my work permit, I'm allowed to stay here. Well, my work permit goes until November this year. But what happened was, last minute I decided to go to this blockchain conference in Puerto Rico. So I go out there, I get there, and I realize with a shock that I have a work permit, but my travel visa for Canada and my passport expired in July. So I don't actually have a travel visa, and your work permit is not a valid travel document. So it means that I couldn't get back into Canada. So I was sitting there in a flat panic going, oh shit, I just moved out of Canada and now I don't have a visa, so I'm going to need to apply for a visa. It was quite a big issue. So I go to the airport. I flew with American Airlines. I go to the airport Saturday evening, Sunday morning really early to catch my flight back to Vancouver. They try and check me in and the system says, no, can't check in because I don't have a valid travel document. I don't have a valid visa. Crisis. Any which way. So I spent a couple of hours at the airport trying to figure it out, and they basically just refused, because the airlines, if they fly somebody to a country that doesn't have a visa, and they say Canada is very strict on that. So if American Airlines puts me on a flight and I arrive here and I'm not allowed to actually go into Canada, then American Airlines has to fly me back out to somewhere else, plus they get fined some ridiculous amount by the Canadian immigration. So American Airlines is just, nope, you're not boarding, we're not flying you to Vancouver. So amidst a little bit of panic, we were Googling and searching online, and luckily we found that if I was only in the US, we found a little page on the website that says if I was only in the US and I did not leave the US, I can re-enter Canada on my expired visa. So, but not through the airline. Airline didn't want to bite at all. So once again, I had to catch a flight. I changed my flights. I flew to Seattle in the US, arrived in Seattle, and then rented a car Sunday night, drove through the border, because the other thing is I had my little COVID test that was 72 hours before, and I had to rush to get to the border before the 72 hours was over, because otherwise it means I'm going to need to hang out another couple of days in the US to get a new COVID test. Anyway, so rented a car, drove all the way from Seattle through the border, got to Peace Arch, drove up, said to the guy there, I was a young lady at the border control unit, said to her, listen, I have a problem, I need help. She's like, what's going on? I'm like, well, you know, there was this conference last minute, flew all the way to it, Puerto Rico, arrived there, realized my visa's expired. Oh, and of course, the other thing, the expired visa is in my old passport. So while I was in Puerto Rico, I managed to lose my old passport. Luckily, my new passport was still there. So yeah, so I get there, I say to her, listen, this is the situation. I've got a photo of my visa. I'm stuck. What do I do? And very friendly young lady, you know, friendly as Canadians are. She's like, okay, so you never left the US, you were only in the US? Yeah, then it's fine. You can enter on your expired visa. Bang. She didn't even send me inside to go get a visa or do anything. She's just like, bang, off you go. Have a good night. And here I am. Cost me a few bucks more because I had to rent a car and paid for changes and blah, 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 and Uber and everything. But yeah, here I am. Back home with a damaged finger. We're going to see how the Canadian healthcare system works on fixing the broken finger, and for the rest, life is great, albeit a little bit cold outside at the moment. But anyway, alright guys, you must have a good one. Cheers.